Hey everyone, thanks Nick. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, so as Nick mentioned, I've been working on spreadsheet banking for the last few months. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about sort of the journey that we've gone through involving low code. So I want to explain to you like why I think low code is awesome as a developer. So for those of you that don't know, low code is essentially just a GUI first dev environment. So you know Google Sheets and Excel. Some of you maybe also know Notion and Coda. You know, when I first heard of low code, I kind of scoffed at the idea because I was like, well, I can code. Why do I need low code? It's not really going to help me. But it's actually been quite eye-opening for me in terms of like what you can achieve. And what I found is actually some things are even easier to build in low code environments than in like actual code environments. So yeah, it's really interesting because over the last few months, I built a number of actually really useful tools. Like I would normally just go to writing, building my own web apps. And these days I go to Coda or Excel or Google Sheets to build tools for myself. And what I think is really cool about it is, you know, there's such low friction to getting started. You've got like your UI, you've got your DB, it's all baked in. You just have to like boot it up and it's ready to go. And you know, devs sort of enjoy problem solving. They don't enjoy typing really. So like if you're working in a low code environment, you still get to do the problem solving aspect of coding. It's just, you're just not writing instructions as text. Yeah, so some things that are similar in terms of like low code environments and software, like writing software. You know, when you chain cells together, the way I see that is you're like chaining functions together. You know, you can build an app. And what's really cool is when you build something in a low code environment, it's not just a static app. It's something that if you give to an end user, they can actually like be curious and dig through it and make some tweaks and changes and customize it to their own needs. So yeah, it's quite a cool environment to play in. Just a side note, if you want to see sort of how hardcore spreadsheets can get, let me just copy this link quick. There's an esports category for Excel, and the stuff they do is absolutely insane. It's like 3-hour-long tournaments, and yeah,
so I want to see that. I want to see that.
Pretty hectic. Those guys are ninjas.
I thought the Power query I wrote the other day was pretty hardcore, but maybe
not. What were you writing?
No, it's actually a ETL for some guys at the bank for the accountants in global lending. Power Query. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt your flow or anything. It's just Excel, a Power Query. It's like an ETL tool to bring a lot of data together, put it in like an Excel.
Yeah.
Excel document. Yeah.
Those connectors are really useful. Like I'm going to talk a bit about like connectors and sort of how it all fits into spreadsheet banking.
Yes, they're so cool. Yeah, and I've shown quite a few of the front desk users the Power Query, and they're building their own stuff now, which is great.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it's all about.
Yeah.
Nick, can you hit the next slide, please? Cool. So if you've been following in the community Slack, we've released a few videos of what we're up to with spreadsheet banking. There's a few demo videos there. Essentially, the goal for spreadsheet banking is to you know, give programmable banking to everyone. So we want to make it possible for everyone, coders, makers, non-coders, to experience that joy of being able to make something and like put a part of yourself into an application. And so yeah, the joy of coding your finances in a safe environment, and we've put a lot of work into thinking about how to make that safe as well. So if you check out these 3 tabs, this is sort of the crux of the spreadsheet design that we've come up with. So you have your transactions tab, where your transactions are live synced. So like a real-time feed of transactions from your account. Transfer instructions, where you can append rows into the transfer instructions sheet, and the system will execute on them through your bank account. And then a cards tab, where you can see your cards and run some controls against them. So with these base features, you can actually build a hell of a lot of use cases, and there's some very powerful things that come on top of this. So this is the foundation that we're building. Yeah, you're going to see this in your sheet today. It is just a place-based sheet, but it mirrors the structure of spreadsheet banking. So at the moment, we've connected our spreadsheet banking to Investix API and OpenAI's GPT-3, which I'll talk a little bit about now. But also, like, there's so many connectors we can add as well, and that unlocks all sorts of use cases. So what I'd also like to chat about at the end of this session, once you've played around a bit, is what you might want to add and where you think this can go. Because sort of the more you add into these into the system, the more powerful it becomes. You know, it's like 1 + 1 = 3 in some sense. For those of you that aren't familiar with GPT-3, it's a large language model. Essentially, it's like a smart autocomplete, but I don't think I'm doing it justice by saying it's just smart autocomplete, because it's like super smart autocomplete. You put in a string of text and it predicts what comes after that string. But you're going to get to play with it now, so I'm not going to say too much more.
Just for a kind of a mess with your brain, if you think about a human, another human that you talk to, in some sense, that's also what humans do, right? You say a thing and then the human auto completes what makes sense next. Like, we call that a conversation. But like, it is really trippy when you think, okay, GPT started with just what character comes next. But
yeah, I guess the use cases are, it was even surprising to, I think, the people that developed this system. It was the largest language model that was made at the time, and it can do things that no one thought was possible. So yeah, very interesting. Cool. Next slide, please, Nick. I think this is you.
Yeah, so this is the fun part. Well, everything's fun, but this is the exciting part. So for tonight, we want you to put yourselves in the position of, imagine that you're Aragorn, you were arriving back from your whole quest from Lord of the Rings, and now you got to do the counting and everything and balancing the books of your kingdom. So you got to check your mails, you got to pay a bit of attention to how the economy is going on in your country, in your kingdom. So that's the role playing that you're going to play today. That's cool. So, bit of fun. So we'll start off with just breaking you guys out into randomly assigned rooms for about 40 minutes. You guys can play together around it, and we'll explain it all in the next steps. But just for your context, we'll be in breakaway rooms of 45 people in each room. And we want you to kind of remind you of that. It's a brand new concept. You know, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be very straightforward with the GPT-3. You're going to be learning some new stuff, and that's part of the challenge. So imagine that your photo, there's a bit of a challenge up here, like, yeah, and that's the fun part. As soon as you reach because that achievement, you're really going to be excited about what you guys have done. And I think what you guys are going to be doing is something really cool. So just bear that in mind. So Dan, want to walk us through what their journey is going to look like?
Yeah, cool. So today we're going on a journey through Middle-earth with a group of friends. Your mission is not to destroy the Ring of Power. Your mission is to experience the power of spreadsheet banking and AI inside Aragorn's spreadsheet operating system. And I hope that this gets you to sort of start thinking about the possibilities here. So how do you get started? So you're going to copy a template sheet. You're going to land on your homepage, check out the achievements there, and that should give you some direction. We do have a path laid out, but you can do whatever you want, just play around. The path that we have laid out for you is first to write a few AI stories, and then check in on your mail and apply some AI to it, and then check out your transactions for the month and do some AI categorization. And then finally, add something epic. So this is a community project, and I'd like to invite you to check out the list that we have of fun things that we think maybe would be cool to add. I did some thinking today and spoke to some people, but I'm sure there are many more cool things. So that list basically contains my ideas of like what could be quite fun problems to solve and quite valuable for people. And it took a bit of a stab at seeing sort of how difficult they might be. So there's a difficulty bounty attached to each one. So, you know, you can pick the easy ones if you want to just try something simple out, or you can pick the hard ones. It's totally up to you. There is probably more in this spreadsheet than you're going to get through in half an hour. So that's intentional. The idea is for you to play with it in your own time and carry on afterwards.
Dan, is it a real bounty? Can you claim it?
Oh yeah, so real money, real prizes, real things. Yeah. If you do the one that helps send transactions to people, then I can. It'll be much easier for me to help you claim them because I can just tick it off in my spreadsheet. Yeah, if you do try stuff out, just give me a shout because I'd love to help you. Okay, so let's get to it. We're going to break out into groups of 4 to 6 people. It's nice if you can keep your camera on just to see each other. We'll drop a link in the chat for a spreadsheet to copy. So it's up to you if you want to just do your spreadsheet on your own in the group, or if you all want to work on the same sheet. In my experience, it's kind of more fun to do mob coding and work on the same problem, but it's up to you. If you do decide to do mob coding, one of you needs to copy the sheet and then just share with everyone that has the link and drop that in the chat. Okay, and then...
And everyone is using my OpenAI account, so please don't do too crazy things.
We will try not to.
Because I'll get banned.
Cool. So I think, Aretha, are you good with the breakout rooms? Ready. Awesome.
Cool. So when you get into your breakout room, just say hi to each other. The idea of the icebreaker is see if you can find out what you all have in common. And then you've got 35 minutes to explore, and then we'll come back here and do a bit of a reflection and ideation, chat a bit about the ideas everyone has. Great. So yeah, I hope you have fun. Oh, and if you need help, put your hand up, and me or Shan or Nick will pop into your channel, into your room. Can't promise we're going to help you in the way you want, because you kind of want you to explore and figure it out yourself, but we will do what we can.
You're on an adventure. So guys, please have fun. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, I'll keep going.
And yeah, right now I'm kind of, I took almost a year off. I just finished traveling like Madrid, Chile, and a bunch of the USA. I did build an NFT project in that time, which was quite a lull. Don't really want to talk about that too much, but it was fun. Just I can go on about it, so I don't want to talk about it. And yeah, I'm like just checking in on the community. I haven't played much with Spreadsheet banking. I do have access to Programmable Banking, but it is something I feel like I do need to get around to, like managing my finances a bit better. Yeah, cool. Kevin.
Cool. Yeah, hi. I'm also just a new member in the community now. Also new to Investec, and just looking to learn a bit more about the spreadsheet banking, just to try and maximize my interest and how I manage the money and the transfer between accounts. I think that's the main features that I'm kind of looking to make use of here. And then also just kind of, interact with the community a bit, which is quite cool, but to have these sessions as well.
Cool. Awesome. So on this, so Devin, you've already done all these tasks that are on the spreadsheet, right? The story.
That worked.
All right, so this person does another story specific to fish.
Yeah. If you... Hello, hey Nick, we were testing the help.
Oh no, sorry, magician.
Yeah, that's quite cool. We're just wondering what happens.
Okay, cool. You guys are good. Okay.
Are people getting the hang of things?
Yeah, slowly. They're chatting to one another quickly, and yeah, by the looks of it, they're starting to look at this sheet and start to get involved. So yeah, it's getting there.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
I'll jump out if there's anything you guys need.
Okay, thanks. Sorry to bother you.
No, nonsense. It's my job. It's my job. Love it. Okay, bye guys. Good luck.
But there's nothing there. Chat. Perhaps because you joined after it, no problem.
Okay,
I
I'm
will
gonna
quickly
post it again.
post that link for you again. Pasting, see if you can see it now.
Yep.
Google Docs 74.
How's it, Nick?
Hey, Matt. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Karina.
Hello.
We have a very interesting
We're doing well,
story about this horse called Picky the Pyromaniac, whose dietary requirements are vegan and only speaks the language Hindi.
Yeah,
Well,
that
we're
makes
getting-
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
We're still getting to the indie part. We just need
For
some.
only view because we've just got a problem because this is Dan's sheet. He owns it, and we're supposed to be made. And I only have view only rights, so we can't proceed without him giving us edit rights.
Can I share my screen? Would that work? And then you can see what I'm seeing. I think I've got edit rights.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Or you can just like click on it. Can you see it?
No, well, I'm working on a work laptop here, so I can't access that bloody link.
Ah,
And I am. Let me just see in the chat. I'm not seeing you share anything.
okay. What would you have wanted there to change that string?
Yes,
Are you sharing
in
your screen there?
A2.
Yeah.
So because we're giving instruction, so write a story about what's in F2. So that horse called in F3, Picky the Pyromaniac.
Where do you want to add the Hindi thing at the end?
At the end, yes.
And what do you want to say?
You have to
Let's
speaks
try that and see what comes out.
Hindi.
And speaks.
Yeah, in the
F5.
text, in quotation marks, before you say F5, say who speaks,
Yes.
and then at F5. Are you sharing your screen, Wayne?
I'm not.
I thought you were going to go. I could check quick. I think it's.
I'm
sort of
in the sheet,
done,
but I'm not seeing any changes from your side. I'm just gonna maybe do a refresh here. Ooh, Dan, my man.
There we go.
Can you see it now?
There we go. Error loading data.
No, that's good. More or less.
That's what I added. Where?
Okay. Story writer. F2. Let me just look at that. I don't see any change to the.
It's just giving an error for the data loading.
Maybe Hindi isn't a language, or
No, the string is still the same. They haven't changed anything now.
Okay, so let me say.
You know what's going on here.
I wonder
and
what's
F4.
It's undo. It works again.
And I'm on your sheet now, and I have edit rights. And speaks language. I don't know if you guys can see me editing.
Open it again.
Hindi. Enter.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, it looks like it worked. One day, Hussein Picky, pyromaniac, vegan, went to a farm to learn about the animals. Farmer told the animals. She started a fire and burned the farm down. The animals were all saved, and the farmer was arrested. But the Hindi is not coming in.
Maybe we should. Maybe a different language. Is there a translation issue there? Or
I don't see the word Hindi in your input.
No, you don't type the word, you just reference a cell, which is F5. So you'll see in the input, I've referenced, oh, it's not there. I did put it there, and speaks the language. Let me just check.
Dan, would you just share your screen again?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
And F5, let's see if that works. There we go. And speaks the language Hindi. Okay. It's read it now. And I mean, we're just doing this for extra credit, literally. Let's be honest, boys. Come, boys. We are doing this for extra credit because, why? Because we've already got this achievement.
He was too smart. This Picky was too smart for them.
He is a rock star.
I've changed your prompt to say write a Hindi story. No, that doesn't do it. Let me see if I say Afrikaans.
Oh, what's the story in Afrikaans?
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Pikkie die paard was lief. Oh, God,
Yeah,
no,
so
that's
it's working.
terrible.
Pikkie is
But see, but it's using
Terrible,
the
but it's
language
doing it.
now. And we're not saying the story must be in Afrikaans. We're saying Pikkie only speaks Afrikaans, which is why I had it speaks language.
Let's say German, and then maybe we can still make it funny.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ich lerne Deutsch, aber ich bin nicht sehr gut. Ich bin heel schrecklich. I decided last year to learn German.
Oh,
COVID.
damn. Okay, all right, it's not working.
Okay, Pikkie the horse was always a bit different from the hour. I'm loving the start. It's promising. Boys, she loves setting things on fire and watching them burn.
I'm fucking out. I'm out.
Based on a master list.
Yeah. Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
Right.
We're trying to figure out transactions.
Lookups.
So this is like a spreadsheet lookup thing.
So
Yeah.
this is so we need to have good Excel skills here.
Yeah, you can Google it. You can.
This is what we just started doing.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah, there's
Do we use like tables or where do we just?
Oops. What?
What?
Oh,
It's just asking GPT.
Yeah, you can do a straight lookup table. Or an array, maybe. And his Excel skills.
Do you
on
know how
point.
to do lookup tables?
I was thinking of doing a VLOOKUP, but your VLOOKUP won't. So that wouldn't work. So I'm trying to, Nick, for some other reason, my Google Sheets access is now non-existent. So I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I just had to re-look up. I re-log into Google for some reason now. It was weird.
Nick, can you do me a favor?
Hmm?
Can you send the spreadsheet on WhatsApp? The link to the spreadsheet for me on WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll do that now for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is going to be a copy one. I don't have the one that you guys are working on at the moment. So maybe who's ever owning this copy can share that link. Maybe that's a better, then you can work together. Yeah, Kellen, so just got to share that big green button on the top right. Why am I explaining this? Okay, you know this.
Wait, I'm not sure how to do this. Could you?
Sure. Oh, okay, sorry. On the
I joke.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not explaining this one. I'm not fucking mansplaining.
Oh, Nick,
to be fair, the first time I did it, I was a bit concerned. I'm like, I don't know where to click. Like, how do I share this with people? And then yeah.
I'm sending it on WhatsApp now for you. Okay,
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, man.
Last David. What did we?
I might need to go in a bit because my son's writing a maths exam tomorrow.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, maths exam.
Can he help us? Yeah.
Can I do lookup tables?
So you kind of like, I think for this you have to kind of use array, like Excel array kind of expressions. So I've got an expression that looks something like this and is not working. That was reliably sourced from Google, so it must be correct. I'm just trying to get back in. And if you haven't done them before, I mean, I don't know, maybe there's a simpler function that does something like this, but you basically like have an expression which is evaluated over a whole table and produces a table of results, and you try and like reduce that down to a scalar value and then use that to look up somewhere else. So like, but having said all that, this is not working. So what does the search function do? Search for this in that text. And so that,
Nick, do you have any tips for us?
As a good wizard, I can't give tips. As a good wizard. But I would say, yeah, arrays, lookups, or in the right sort of area there. But but part of the fun is the challenge. Yeah.
So like there, I've put. Wait, shall I share my screen?
Yeah, let me just stop my share quickly.
Requested access to somebody for to that sheet. I don't know who that went to.
Kaylin, probably.
Probably Kaylin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait for the notification to pop up.
So if this is just doing a subsearch string on can I find tavern in Prancing Pony Tavern, and I can, so it returns 15. But if you do that on can I find tavern?
Hold on, you're not sharing the right thing, David.
I'm sharing entirely the wrong thing.
Are you?
Am I?
Ancient passwords.
Yeah, what is your password
Showing you
again?
your password.
Yeah,
Basically,
Fraser.
It's too little people in my account. That is hilarious. Sorry about that. Boring. Too many things clearly. 1, 2, 3. There we
Too many tabs.
Okay, so this one is a search for tavern in that string Prancing Pony Tavern returns the position 15. This one is a search for it in Rohan 8 and it returns an error because it's not there. So then we basically want to put a if error expression, then return -1 or something like that. And then same thing here. So this is not yet using it in a kind of table-y way, but then looking at it for B4 will give you -1. So then if we have something like that, then we should be able to create some sort of table expression, which says the maximum of that over the range 14, and that just returns 15, which is correct because that's the only thing that occurs there. So then if we like make a whole batch of these, then it should return each of them that finds a position somewhere. So that one is for Nomi's daycare, and it actually did find daycare. So that's good, but it's just telling us the position. And then some of these others are not finding things that they should. I don't think, which where's something else that should look up gift. So this should return a gift thing, and it's not. So that is concerning.
Oh, sorry.
Fine, I'm glad you're speaking to Public Works.
I'm really sorry. So this is definitely not a viable option, but I just wanted to see what was going to happen.
I'm not sure how to solve this, but there is a filter function and a regex match function. Yes. I don't know if those help.
Yeah, so I reckon. What is this? Looks
like David's a spreadsheet wizard.
This wizard, yeah.
Spent too much of my life doing spreadsheets. So if you do sign of this, then you get 1 if the thing was actually returning a match. Which is not working for all of them, but it might work for 2 of them. And then these people's suggestion, which was wizardry, was to use the row reference and multiply by that. And then that should give you a positive answer for the correct row. No, because I didn't put a dollar in. Okay. That is not working at all. So I recant my entire program. Because maybe these functions don't work quite the same in Google Sheets as they do in Excel, but they're normally quite...
Non è similar, aren't they?
So that doesn't seem to actually be treating it as an array expression. So maybe you have to do, I don't know. You could, do you know what? It might actually be easier to write in the right categories, given how many things.
Well, that's probably not going to work. And military payroll. Why didn't that work?
It's just close off the bracket, I think.
Seriously. Okay.
It's giving us like a
it's not
a response.
Yeah, everyone trying to do though.
Yeah. It was.
Interesting. Cool. So you got city upkeep as a completion there, as an output.
Yeah, so it seems like plausible.
Yeah.
Ish, I think, maybe.
Turns out it's easier with AI than with formulas.
Sorry?
Turns out it's easier with AI than with formulas.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna try. Okay, 15 minutes maybe. Just need to fix my.
Brett, how's it going your side?
Okay, I've tried a few things. Now looking at what Milan is trying.
I saw one of the other rooms. There were some very interesting transpose pivot table match things going on. So I think this route might be more straightforward.
Let's see. Come on.
Military.
Yes. I mean, it's a single word, right? That's what we're excited about, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Not. So let's quickly see.
Nice. Milan, can you explain what's going on with yours?
I cannot. I have not even the foggiest idea. What the fuck
I'm seeing many things.
Yeah, that's not. Well, like.
I'm not sure why we're looking at the Pookie story here.
We're trying
Because
to
we're
summarize
supposed to
Pookie's story.
summarize this, aren't we?
Oh, well, if that's the thing we need to summarize, then it's easy.
Yes.
All right,
Just
then
copy and paste it.
yeah, but we can copy and paste it, but we need to. Okay, well, let's see what it does.
Message summary.
That's just anything big doesn't seem to work.
So then go to just go to A6 again. Just check the length of
I
that.
changed it to 612.
Yeah, okay, but this one is not 612. Just check the length of this.
Oh, 806.
Okay, let's make it 806. A2, A3. What should I put here?
Nothing.
Okay, hold on. Characters. Hold on. Okay, go to A6 again quickly.
Also?
It's saying join characters 806. Okay, A2, A3. So it's looking at A2.
Here, what should I put here? It says.
And A3, which is the story. So ask GPT means maybe in A2 we should type summarize.
That's there, okay, instead of in the line, inline, okay.
Yeah,
Summarize. And this are just equal to that because that's what we want to summarize.
It's loading.
Yes. Okay, great. So it's doing something. I hope this
it's not summarizing though, but it is doing something. It's making it fancy schmancy. It's
okay, that's
changing grammar, but at least we've made progress.
Okay, happy days. So now do we send our Pookie story or do we send this?
Yes, I think put our Pookie story there.
Oh, really? Okay, let's try that. There we are referencing Pookie. Now let's see what happens to our summary.
Big now. Look at that.
No, that's not working. It's not liking.
It doesn't like its own language.
It's not happy with Pookie.
Yeah, that's fine. Undo it. We're done with that one.
Okay, we'll just do that one again.
Yeah, what's the next thing we need to do? Yeah, man.
Why is it not working now? It was working just fine.
Why now?
Wait, let me just Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z.
Hold on, loading.
Also.
Nope.
Go on forward.
En dit was so mooi.
Anyway, you can refresh on this thing.
I can try that just at the top of the.
Why now?
A6. Ask GPT.
Well, that looks perfect.
You know what you can do? Maybe take away that 806 and maybe it'll summarize it into 10 characters. I don't know. Let's see if that works.
Okay, yes. So let's just put the 10 again that was initially there.
Okay.
No.
And if you type in summary instead of summarize, I don't know, just to wake this thing up.
Oh, cook.
It did work. Why not?
It worked beautifully just now.
Nick, what's wrong with this thing?
Nick's hijacking us. He's like,
it was working so nice.
It was working.
Was it?
It wasn't summarizing.
Okay, let's say summarize again. I don't know. Was it?
Summarize, loading.
Go summarize space. I saw you put a space behind it just now.
Ugh, no, man, that was
Well, the error
working.
went away, but it's just not doing anything.
And the A6, what does A6 say? Again, the formula? Carry 10, A2, 3. Why? Trying characters like next. Okay, make the 10, Karina, can you make the 10 like 850 again? I don't know if it's going to work. Worth a shot.
I think I mistyped there. Yes, I did.
Nick, that's a bit of advice here, bro. Okay,
there. It's not a summary though.
Not a summary. Okay.
It is a summary because you have to read carefully and everyone's going to do it. So it's fine.
It is, yeah, it's not a summary.
No, but it is a bit of a, it's summarized.
Further, Gimli and Legolas requested your council to tend to matter of rebuilding the Shire. It's exactly word for word. It's just formatted. Does that qualify as we have done the task, sir?
What's that thing on the left bottom there?
Well,
I'll go back to where we were now.
What if you type auto summarized with a Z?
Oh, as in America. Let's just put summarize first. No. Unhappy with that. Just get it back to where it. Oh!
There we go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This letter is from Arwen to her husband Aragorn. Ha!
That's what we
Bitches.
We literally typed summarized like a few moments ago and it's now changed.
Yes, I don't know why. It's a little finicky, I think. It must be PMS.
What's the next thing we need to do?
Inbox is done. Transactions. Made the category column work based on the lookup table. So we need to make the category column work based on the lookup table. So we want to categorize, I assume by description, what's entertainment. So if anything contains the word tavern, it's entertainment. If it contains ale, this is like my shopping list, people. This is my bank statement if y'all have a close look.
So we have to, it's an index, right? I think.
Okay, so help me because this I have not done in ages.
Isn't it an index search? I don't know what the no, man, it's a VLOOKUp.
Yes, but it's not quite a VLOOKUp, but
oh, it is a VLOOKUp. Yeah, we can pretend it's a VLOOKUp.
It's a VLOOKUp.
Okay.
Sleep here, isn't it? Okay, so VLOOKUP. Yeah. Okay, then open brackets.
Yes.
And go to description.
We are searching for this.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right down there.
No.
Yeah. You need the whole thing.
You do? You sure?
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We're searching B2. So you have to say B2 first. I think.
Okay.
Then say comma.
Wait, let me just get a sip of this red wine. Y'all thought it was Coca-Cola. Okay, so we're searching B2, yes.
And then what you did just now, drag the box around all the way from Kevin to Barber. Off the B2.
No.
Oh, cock. Sorry, I've got a new gaming mouse that is completely messing with my mojo.
Just Control Z. Okay, so then in B2, you just say equals VLOOKUP, and then after B2, you say comma.
Yes.
And then you highlight from I7 to J.
Got it.
To J.
And J.
Okay, wacht, ek gaan terug. I7 to J.
Yeah.
J14.
Comma 1, comma false, I think. Isn't it?
And
J14, right?
After 14, you say yes, 1 is correct, and then false.
Okay. I don't think a VLOOKUP's going to work.
Just remove the gap before the
Oh,
one.
cook.
But there isn't one there. So that one actually worked. Drag that one down all the way.
No, yeah, that's correct. Okay, if you go to G, go to G2.
Yeah, I need to fix the columns now.
Well, okay, wacht.
And after the J15.
Yes, it's correct.
After J15.
Yeah.
Press F4 twice.
Want to tie it down?
Yeah, but you must do that on B2.
Oh, you said after J15.
Yeah, sorry, on G2. On G2 you can do that. The same thing you did with the.
Go one up.
Yeah, just go one up.
Sorry, my bad. I thought I wasn't two. My bad. There, you want the.
You're gonna deserve a big
reward
after all this typing, huh?
And then just remove
You're very patient with us. Nick, I think she should win the patience award. Okay.
Okay, I'm writing that down. Patience award. How do you spell patience?
Which one has anything in there? A tavern. Is there a tavern one?
Ja, kyk hierdie een daar, Pony Tavern, Prancing Pony Tavern. I don't think we should use a VLOOKUP.
No,
honestly,
there's nothing in that list. So if you change gift, if you copy the herbalist to gift, for instance, just go to I don't know, 16, row 16. Just copy that description, the herbalist.
Oh, breakout rooms are closing in 54 seconds. Shit, we didn't do this one. What are we still outstanding? Transactions and bounties.
It worked on our machine.
Because they're gonna kick us out now.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We did our best.
Good chatting to you though, guys.
There's nothing in the lookup table. There isn't anything there. Thanks, Karina. Sorry if I was pushy or anything.
Did my share? Okay, stop share. Stop share. Share is stopped, right?
Yeah, sharing stopped.
Okay, before they move us over, so we don't look all unprofessional like. We are ready. Okay, we have traveled the mountains. We have swum.
Awesome.
Hi.
Hey guys, welcome back. How was it? Did you have fun?
Fun.
Nice.
I don't know if anyone had as much fun as we did. We wrote phenomenal stories.
I swear I got to redact that story. It's like
may it never be published. At least not with my name on it, please. I've got a reputation to keep up.
Oh, awesome. Is everyone back now? We're good. Still people, I'm guessing.
There's 16 here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Awesome.
Not back.
Awesome. Are we there?
Yeah.
Guys, did you have fun? Was it cool? What were any aha moments in today? Trying to pronounce that word. Anything you guys want to chat about? Cool.
I just think it was quite interesting how you could change descriptions and values, and pretty easy to use, I must say. Yeah, it was awesome.
Awesome.
Till we got to transactions.
That was hard.
Karina, there was no values there. There was no lookup values. So we were actually just like wasting our time, I think.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Well, did anyone actually manage to get like any answers to the transactions column category?
Not us.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, we got answers in there. Whether they were good answers is totally different.
Were they like 50% good or 0%, like 5% good?
Yeah, I'd say they were pretty good considering. They might not have been the right categories, but they were the correct.
I think Brett's worked better than mine, actually. Your prompt is way better. If I look, do you mind if I share screen on my one, Brett, to just show if this is Brett's one?
Go for it.
Oh, I can't share screen. I don't know. Can anyone let me share screen, or is that not allowed?
Be able to now?
Oh, magic. Okay.
Good.
Cool. Can you guys all see? So
Yep.
yeah, I'm showing off Brett's thing. Brett, you need to first. It's where's your prompt for that F34?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Jeepers.
It's the.
You guys have an advanced thing, yeah.
You guys got
Yeah, I mean, it's just like military is military, prancing pony is food and drink, Galadriel is love. So yeah.
I feel like we underachieved on this one, I must be honest.
Personal care is the barber shop.
Yeah,
So I can show you how it works. Is that interesting, Dan? Are we allowed to?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
I'd love to know how it works. Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting was the people that went straight to AI actually got some stuff there, and the functions were really hard. Like getting it working in a formula was harder than getting it working in GPT.
So it's really silly. What we do is this is our setup. So categorize it, let's say in one word is our key prompt. Then we've got a bunch of example transactions, and you can select off a list. That's your training data, right? And what it then does is all this does is it joins that into one query. Does that make sense? It says categorize in one word, and it takes the first one, pre-pending transaction, takes the next, and it says military, category entertainment. Does that make sense to everyone? So we're literally just forming a sentence with that. And then the very last one, we just say the one we want to categorize, like military payroll and category, and then it's blank. And then that's what we feed GPT, is that query, and then it gets out like military or upkeep or taxes. Apparently Rowan is a tax on Vandal. So it's insanely lazy, and it just works. We're literally just creating a string that asks, it's got a bunch of examples and it asks for the thing, and somehow that magically works.
You guys have done this before, I think.
I have played with GPT. I haven't actually done this at all. And I'll show you my other screen was VLOOKUP. And I was like 5 seconds on that, and I'm like, screw it. We had a
VLOOKUP and it didn't work for shit. So like obviously
I couldn't make it work at all.
We got stuck. We got stuck with the story. We made that amazing. So the effort to the story.
Yeah, Wayne, the story was great. So we win actually.
just to show you, so that's what one of the GPT queries look like. So the first bit is the training data, and then the military payroll is the actual transaction I'm trying to categorize there.
That's very cool.
So
yeah, I'd like to see more of that. So it'd be great to see how did you guys get there so quickly though? Is it just?
I mean, it's just a string, right? So I basically got lost on VLOOKUPs. I felt tired and I was like, not going to figure them out. So I just decided I'll just write the instruction, if that makes sense. So I was just like, okay, I want the string to look like this. How do I do it? And I copied Dan's joins and slapped it all together.
The VLOOKUP was destined to fail, right? Dan and Nick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I couldn't figure it out, so I was hoping you would.
But I mean, we
have no accountants in this call, apparently.
There was no categories in the lookup table for the VLOOKUP. So I guess you could do like an index search or like a character search for something that looks similar to the field you're looking up, right?
It's almost like a reverse VLOOKUP.
Yeah, it would have been a match.
A match, yeah, it would have been a match. But that's pretty cool, eh? That's pretty cool.
Good job, everyone. So what was the one thing that you'd like to add to the spreadsheet banking? I think that was one of the big sort of questions that we wanted to take away today. So you had a chance to play around with it, you took a look at it, is there anything specifically that you would have liked to have seen or add to something like this? Anyone have any ideas? Nothing specific.
I don't feel like I've had enough exposure to it to really comment on that, but what I would like is some basic instructions.
Yeah, we were toying around with that a lot, and it was part of the adventure to try out something hard.
Yes.
So that's the thing. Yeah.
It was great fun. I'm not complaining.
Awesome.
That was great.
Cool. If there's anything else, guys, please feel free to share your sheets if you want. You can put them into the chat. You can put them onto Slack if you feel that your story is really worth everyone to see and you really want to share because you want to share your code with everyone. Please, that's cool. You guys would, because we would also include the link to this spreadsheet again in all the post comms, so you guys can play around with it a bit more. You can share it with your friends. You can play around and let us know what you guys think and what you would do with it. Cool.
Yeah, and if you're looking for any more AI slash spreadsheet challenges, the last achievement, the bounties list, is many ideas there.
Yeah. Cool. And we'll post the bounties in let's say also the post comms around there. So there's a lot of cash and swag that you can win there if you want to add in some time. So that's going to be pretty cool. So you can pick up some cash there. So moving on to the community updates around there. Just before we get into all the cool things that we've been doing in the last month and what's up for this month, we would really love your feedback on what you thought of tonight. Can we make it better? Can we make it cooler? You know, the usual sort of thing. And of course, we'll give you guys some, the coolest ones win some swag. So that's always cool. So I'm just going to post it in the Slack group here quick. So while you guys are taking a look at that, Shan has been working very hard on some very cool things for the community. Shan, do you want to walk us through this?
Yes, I do. Cool. Yeah, so I just wanted to take this opportunity to let you guys all know about the Developer Finance Guide. I'm super excited to say that it was launched this week. I'm gonna shamelessly plug it here in the chat, so you can go have a look at it. Yeah, so this is something that we actually started thinking about towards the end of last year. We actually started having some discussions with some of you just around the kinds of personal finance questions you guys have, whether a finance guide is something that would be useful to you, things that you're grappling with when it comes to money. And those discussions have been incredibly helpful in trying to sort of help us figure out how to build this guide together with Investec, and just really figuring out what topics are actually relevant. So I think we've come up with something really cool, and we're covering some relevant topics, and we'll obviously continue to add more to it. The main thing is that we end up with something that's valuable and useful to you. What's really nice about the guide is that it's open source. So if you would like to get involved or you'd like to contribute in some way, you can do that. There's a couple of ways you can do that. So the first is to tell us what we're missing, what topics we're missing, what you'd like to see, and you can do that by logging an issue on the GitHub repo. It's linked at the top of the guide. And then the second way is to make a content contribution. So you could make a PR if you think you can add something that we already have, to what we already have. It'll go through a review for accuracy because it is finance content before we do any publishing. And yeah, we'll periodically be putting out calls for content contributions. So if you have experience in an area like starting a business and you like to write, then you can look out for those. And the third way you can help us is to help us actually improve the site. So if you have skills in that area, you can take a look at the issue list and help us up with some of the functionality there. Yeah, so go and have a look. And if you have thoughts, would love to get your feedback. There's a thread under discussions on the GitHub repo. You can make a comment there if you want to. And yeah, looking forward to hearing what you guys think.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jan.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we also did mention that there's a Slack channel that you guys can also join on the community that you guys
It's small at the moment, but we want to grow it. So
small but powerful. Cool.
Small but powerful. Cool.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, guys. Cool. But again, because we do listen to you guys. If you guys have anything that you'd like to suggest, anything that you'd like to collaborate on, or that you think that the community can make for you, that can make your lives a little bit better as developers, we're more than happy to get on board, because as Shannon mentioned, we bought the developer content, or Shannon bought the developer content around specifically of what guys asked for. So if there's anything you guys want, we'll go off and build it. Simple. Okay. Well, just as a reminder, we do have the hackathon that's coming up later on this month, or starting this month. So because you guys have been part of this this little session, this meetup, you have a bit of a leg up on all of this. So the hackathon is around the spreadsheet banking and the cool things that you can build with it. So remember, we have the bounties and we have this hackathon, so plenty of chances to win cash, swag, the whole kaboot, and to play around with something really cool that you can share with other human beings, which is really cool, I think. So we'll kick it off at the next meetup, which is on the 30th of June, and we'll be running until the 22nd of July. Lots of money in the pots and lots of things to do, and I'll put the link in to the chat also if you guys want to pre-register, so that we can help you, and keep track of everything, the usual sort of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. If you have any questions or things about it, please let me know. But again, we will be giving out more, comms and content around it as we get closer to the time. But it's pretty straightforward. You guys have a leg up here. Well done. Cool. I think that's, and then our next meetup, as I mentioned, is on the 30th of June. We will chat about stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool. Any questions, guys? Anything you guys want to ask? Anything that we haven't raised in this meetup? Anything that you would like to chat about? Ask. We have the Wayne still on the call from Investec. Anything you guys want to ask?
Wayne, what was your favorite story?
It was our story, obviously.
Yeah, it's not my story, it's our story. It was a co-creation. It was about Picky the horse. It was amazing. Like,
already posted it on the Slack channel.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Awesome.
I'll post it here in the chat as well if I can. No, I can't do attachments, it seems.
That's awesome.
Was the don't know Picky was Wayne's dog, but it turned into a horse and then eventually a vegan pyromaniac.
Kind of crazy.
We were having great fun with the parameters.
That's awesome. Guys, I think that's it for the formal part of the agenda. If you want to stick around to just hang around, that's always cool. We can chat about our science, his or economic or policy if you want, or just chat about anything else. But yeah, we're good to go.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, guys.
Nick.
Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.
That was fun.
Thanks,
I'm off, guys. Have fun. And that little one is so cute, Aretha. Can't you just kiss that little face up?
Latest addition to the Programmable Banking team.
Just so cute. I'm telling you, mine is 21 now, third year BSc, scientist, crazy, hates computing other than gaming. So it's just so cute to see them when they're that small, and you just wonder who they're gonna be.
Hiring's gotten so hard. We're just going for the long game.
Get them when they're young, Milan.
That's the one. just buy a tiny little baby mouse and get, that one can start the computers now.
Hello. Wear your offers in little onesie.
AP offers in t-shirts.
It's very cute.
Cool.
Okay, guys, I'm on my way out. Have a lovely evening.
You too, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.